Hey, good afternoon. Neil here with end of week, and in this case happens to be end of month wrap up also. On screen, daily chart, S&P, set to year to date on the right axis and percent terms. You can see the S&P's up about, I don't call it 2.25% or something year to date. 59.50 year open, 58.09 low, 61.62 so far this year high. Now, of the all-time high to the bottom of the breakdown there at 58.09, today's high was an 887 fib recovery, a 0.887, so 88.7% fib recovery of the break, and that was the break from all-time high to the low on the 13th at 58.09. And what it did there was tag that 887 and fail pretty miserably. Down, I don't know, it's headed down where it's almost down 100. Well, it's basically kind of sort of off 100 off the highs earlier today. News, of course, is going to be that way. Get used to it. That's just the way it's going to be for a while. It's news like all the time. And all right, so what you want to know, I'm sure, is, well, up or down. And how do we know? Here it is. This is my version of how you know. One, it's easy on the up. If you take out this week's high next week, that's a trigger long. That's trigger long. You're headed at that point, new all-time highs. Target, 61.82. 61.82, that's your target. That is a roll adjusted new all-time high. That's the all-time high plus a roll adjust from the December to the March. So you get a roll adjusted all-time high. All right, that's easy. But how do you know where's the support? I think for multiple reasons it is 6025 ES. There's your new line in the sand. Remember, it used to be 5925 SPX. Now it's 6025 ES for a number of reasons. One, it was essentially this week's open. It was this week's point of control. It's also a closing swing low from the 17th, which David Starr put us onto a long time ago. Thank you, hat tip, David, on that one. Remarkable level. And then also, it's a 618 retrace of this week's 59.50 or something by 61.50. It's a 618 retrace of that. So, very possibly what happens is this thing just comes in, kisses this 60 quarter, and droop, right up she goes. That's where you're going to, I think that's where you're going to know. That's the spot. And it'll tell you that that's what it's doing when it's back above this week's high and triggering fresh new long, and you're headed for that target that I just gave you. Ideally, from somewhere as deep as possible down here, like the 60 quarters, and you're headed for 61.80s, and you're like, wow, this is really great. That would be good. But what if down? Well, you'll know first it's not able to hold this 60 quarter, and I think the next thing you're going to be looking at would be 59 quarter SPX, which is down there. And then wow, and then down there, then you've got 58 quarter. So it's SPX, by the way. That's SPX, 58 quarter SPX. So look, line in the sand, 60 and a quarter, unable to hold that. It's not pretty. Right now, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt, though, right? Because it's news that has this thing breaking. It could just as easily be, hey, guess what? We're going to get along, not such a bad thing. And boom, it bounces. 60 quarter is your spot. Up she goes, takes out this week's high, triggers long, your target 61.82. That's it. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I got. Hope it helps. You have good trading, and we'll catch you again at the next update.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me